Hello, hello. Welcome back to online learning. Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Friday, May 15th, 2020. You guys, we have completed week 7 of online learning. I am so proud of you guys. You guys have been doing an awesome job. We have about 2 weeks left of school. Can you believe that? Miss Carranza and I love seeing all of your work every single week. You guys surprise us every day just with the things that you guys write and say and draw even. You guys are doing maravilloso, amazing. I love it. Today is Friday, so please remember to be checking in on Miss Walton. Remember to make sure that you have all of the activities completed and go to art club at 2 or whatever time you can. Don't forget that since we are talking about science today, you are supposed to be logging into Imagine Math. So thank you to those who have been doing that every single day that we ask you. Today, we're going to finish talking about arachnids. We're also going to talk about the animal that we talked about last week. Can you remember what that one was called? The insects. So what we're doing today, we are comparing and contrasting arachnids and insects. So remember that compare is kind of talk about how they are the same, but we're also going to contrast, which means talk about how they are different. So to do this, we're going to watch a quick video with Tim and Moby. We're going to be watching actually 2 videos today. The first one we're going to watch is about insects to kind of refresh our memory about what insects are and their characteristics. The second one we're watching today is about arachnids to kind of remind us all of the different things that we've learned about this week.
Cool, fireflies. It's a little dark out here. Thanks. Dear Tim and Moby, please make a movie about insects. Signed, Sean. Insects belong to the arthropod phylum, the same group that crabs and spiders belong to. Like all arthropods, insects are invertebrates, which means they have no backbone. In fact, they have no internal skeleton at all. Instead, they have an exoskeleton, an outer shell made from a protein called chitin. It's like a suit of armor, good protection, and flexible at the joints. The average insect body has 3 sections: the head, thorax, and abdomen. You can find 6 legs, and sometimes sets of wings attached to the thorax. An insect senses touch, vibration, and air currents with little spines called sensilia. Sensilia are made from chitin with clusters of sensory receptor cells at the base. They're super sensitive. That's how flies always know when you're trying to swat them. And a single insect can have thousands and thousands of them on its body. A lot of insects also have flexible feelers called antennae. In addition to increasing the range of their sense of touch, many insects also use their antennae to smell. While some insects have simple eyes, like us, others have complex arrays of optical sensors called compound eyes. The hundreds of lenses allow insects to see in many directions at once. Insects have a set of mouth parts called mandibles that they use to chew up food and even wood for nests. Their abdomens are covered with jointed plates called spiracles, which let in air so the insects can breathe.
Okay, so remember that we talked about how they have this kind of similar to how the fish use the gills to breathe, they use their spiracles to breathe.
Bugs can't talk like we do, but they're great communicators. Some species, like crickets, sing to each other by rubbing their legs and wings together. And many social insects send out signals by releasing chemicals into the environment. These might be used to sound an alarm, mark a trail, or even attract a mate. Insects are everywhere, in almost all climates, in almost all parts of the world. Over time, they've evolved highly successful and specialized strategies for survival. Insects were the first animals on the planet to fly, and they'll probably outlast humans. Be quiet. With special adaptations like flight, camouflage, hard shells, and even poisonous stings, you can see that insects have it made. And I bet you people could even learn something from the highly structured hives and colonies formed by social insects like ants, termites, and bees. What's your problem? Well, like I said, Moby, insects are everywhere. You can't escape them. Oh, you mean escape? Right.
Oh, Moby, even with Annie, he acts like that. All right, so that was kind of a little refresher of the things that we talked about last week with a little bit more information, but just the same things. They have 3 different parts and all the different things that they're able to do. Now we're going to watch the Arachnids movie so we can learn a little bit more in detail about them.
Oh, like you're so into spiders. Dear Tim and Moby, scorpions are cool. Can you tell me about them, please, and other insects like them?
All right, so we have a little mistake on this letter. Can you kind of identify that? He was asking if scorpions to talk about other insects like scorpions. Are scorpions insects? No, remember that we're talking about arachnids in this movie.
From Samuel P. Well, first of all, scorpions aren't insects. They belong to a group of arthropods called arachnids. Ticks, spiders, and mites are arachnids too. Arachnids are some of the most adaptable animals around. You can find them all over the world. There are over 70,000 different species. Like insects, arachnids have a hard exoskeleton and jointed limbs. But unlike insects, they have 8 legs instead of 6, no antennae or wings, and a 2-segment body. An arachnid's abdomen contains its internal organs. The mouth, eyes, and limbs are attached to the cephalothorax. Yeah.
Alright, so remember that the cephalothorax is the big word for what we call the head because it has the head and the thorax together.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff going on there. Besides the 4 pairs of legs, the cephalothorax is a pair of pinchers called pedipalps, and a big pair of fangs called chelicera. The pedipalps are for grabbing things, but they can also sense smells and vibrations. The fangs often contain venom to stun or kill prey, but sometimes they're used for digging holes in the ground. Hey, right, scorpions have venomous tails. That curved tail looks really nasty, but the truth is most scorpion stings are weaker than bee stings. Well, they don't really need to be any stronger. Scorpions use their stings to catch food, which is mostly other bugs. Most scorpions live in desert climates, and they like to hunt at night. Spiders, on the other hand, can be found just about anywhere. They're by far the most common type of arachnid. And they're the only arachnid with spinnerets, little glands in their abdomens that make silk. They use their silk to trap prey, form egg sacs, and to move around.
Okay, so this is actually something that I found very interesting about spiders. So they don't only use their web to get their food. Some of them use their webs to protect their babies, their eggs, and to just move from place to place, from tree to tree, branch to branch, leaf to leaf, wherever they need to go.
Oh, that's not a spider, it's an opilion. We call them daddy longlegs because their legs are so long compared to their bodies. Ooh, thanks. Mites and ticks, or ocarina, are another type of arachnid. Most are pretty small, like under 1 centimeter, and they feed off of the blood or sap of other organisms. You gotta be careful of these guys. Their bites don't always hurt, but some of them can transmit nasty diseases. Hey, that's a good point. Even if spiders and scorpions and other arachnids freak you out a little, they're really important to humans, because they help control the insect population. Hey, I bet my mom wouldn't want us to clean up these cobwebs if she knew that. No, you're probably right.
Alrighty. So those were just 2 short videos to kind of remind us a little bit more information about the insects and the arachnids. So we're going to go ahead and just refresh our memories with the information that we learned about insects last week. So remember, insects lay eggs. They are cold-blooded. They have 3 body parts. Can you remember the 3 body parts? We have the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. Exactly. Number 4 says insects have wings and antennae. Number 5 says insects have exoskeletons. Remember that just means that their skeleton is on the outside of their body. Number 6 says that insects have 6 legs. And the last one says that insects go through metamorphosis. So remember that just means That's a big word for change. Next, we have the arachnids. So this is the same page that we saw on Monday. They have 8 legs. They lay eggs. They have exoskeletons. They are carnivores, which means that they eat other insects or arachnids. They have 2 body parts, and they are cold-blooded, okay? So with even just those 2 lists, I was able to get a lot of information about each of these types of animals, and some of them sounded very, very similar. So for today's activity, you are going to compare insects and arachnids using a Venn diagram. Now, we have done very similar activities to this when we did the fish and the birds and when we talked about frogs and toads. So you are doing the same thing. However, this time I want you to really think about things that make each of them different and things that make them the same. So for this, I'm asking you to think about 3 ways that they are different. So you're going to give me 3 for the arachnids, 3 for the insects. Then you're going to give me 3 ways that they are the same. I need you to number it 1, 2, and 3 each sentence that you are going to write so I can be sure that you are doing all of them for each of the different parts, okay? So you have the option of drawing the circles like this if you want to add your own pictures. I love seeing the ways that you guys get creative with this, all right? So with that being said, boys and girls, we have completed week 7 of online learning. Just want to thank you again every single time. I see all the work that you put in. I see the work that you put in for Ms. Carranza as well. We love talking about how hard you guys work because it just reminds us why we enjoyed our time in our classroom with you guys. You guys are all so very hardworking and we appreciate every single thing that you do every day. So thank you so very much. I hope you guys enjoy this activity and that you enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Nos vemos el lunes.